Good morning, students. Our first chapter of civics, that is power sharing. As you know, power sharing is basic principle of democracy. So, democracy is not possible if power is in hands of few people. In democracy, everyone should be given equal representation. So, power sharing is necessary. In this map, this is map of Europe. In this map, location of Belgium is shown because we will discuss case study of Belgium and Sri Lanka in context of power sharing. So look at this. In blue color, a small country Belgium is shown in Europe. Belgium is surrounded by Netherlands in its north and France in south. In east it is Germany and in west it is UK. So that is location of Belgium, and Belgium is a very small country in Europe. Its area is about half of the Haryana, and population is little over 1 crore, means very small number of population is there, and area is also very small. So but we will discuss it because power sharing model adopted by Belgium is very good model of power sharing. So look at this. This is flow chart showing ethnic composition in Belgium. In country, ethnic composition is of different type, and in capital of Belgium it is of different. In country, 59% people they live in Flemish region and they speak Dutch language, so they are called Dutch people. And 40% people live in Wallonia region and they speak French language. And 1% people are called Belgian people and they speak German language. So ethnic composition is mainly based on language, and Dutch people are in majority in country. In capital city, the situation is different. Dutch people who are in majority in country, they are in minority in their capital Brussels. And French people, those who are in minority in countryside, they are in majority in capital Brussels. And during 1950s and 1960s, there was great tension between Dutch speaking and French speaking communities. Brussels presented a special problem. The Dutch speaking people constituted a majority in the country but minority in capital. So there was very complicated position in Belgium, but they adopted model of accommodation and solve their conflicts which were there in 1950 and 1960. Between 1970 and 1993, they amended their constitution 4 times so as to work out an arrangement that would enable everyone to live together within the same country. And some elements of that Belgian model that they adopted are, firstly, they prescribe that number of Dutch and French speaking ministers shall be equal in central government. So in central government means government in country in which Dutch were having majority, they gave equal powers to minority community that were French people. And in capital city also they adopted the same model of equal representation. Secondly, many powers of central government have been given to state governments. So the state government was not subordinate to central government, they were having equal powers. Thirdly, Brussels has a separate government in which both the communities have equal representation. So ignoring 80-20 representation according to population, they gave equal representation to both communities in state government. And apart from central and state government, there was third kind of government that was called community government. And this government has power regarding cultural, educational and language related issues. So there are no cultural, educational and language based issues. So they have solved their problems by adopting that model called accommodation model in Belgium. Second case study is of Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka, ethnic composition was on basis of language, like 74% people were Sinhala language speakers. They were mainly from Buddhist religion, and 18% people were Tamil language speakers, and 13% out of those people were called Sri Lankan Tamils, and 5% were called Indian Tamils, and they were belonging to Hindu and Muslim religions. And the other people, mainly they were from Christian religion, and they were speaking English language. So that was ethnic composition in Sri Lanka, but they were following model of majoritarianism. Like they established Sinhala supremacy. So Sinhala people, those who are in majority, they established their supremacy, ignoring the interest of minority communities. In 1956, an act was passed and they recognized Sinhala as only official language, and they disregarded Tamil language. And so the Tamil speakers were feeling alienated. They thought that they are not given representation. So they were not satisfied, and the conflict was there between Sinhala speakers and Tamil speakers. And Sinhalas were demanding for their separate nation. So the model of majoritarianism was adopted there. So Sri Lanka was having civil war. Distrust among the two communities turned into widespread violent conflict that was called civil war. So from those two studies, it is concluded that we should share power between majority and minority communities to avoid conflicts as those were in Sri Lanka, and we should adopt model of accommodation like it was adopted in Belgium.